Look at two people who started in the exact same place. Same hometown, same empty bank account. Fast forward a decade, and one is drowning in the silent, everyday panic of living paycheck to paycheck, while the other has quietly built an empire. We like to tell ourselves it's just luck. It's easier that way. If it's luck, then it's not our fault. But the uncomfortable truth? It has very little to do with luck. Escaping zero is not a financial game. It is a quiet, ruthless psychological one. Psychologists refer to it as an internal locus of control. Most of us wander through life as passengers. When things go wrong, we point at the economy, our upbringing, or the system. It's a natural defense mechanism to protect our ego. But those who build something out of nothing have severed this safety net. They operate on a terrifying assumption. Everything is my fault. It's not forced positivity. It is a heavy, isolating responsibility. But in that isolation, they find absolute control. When the average mind encounters a problem, it feels friction and retreats. It complains. But wealth isn't money. Wealth is simply the byproduct of absorbing someone else's friction. The people who escape the zero state don't chase currency. They hunt for inconvenience. They look at the quiet frustrations of strangers and ask, how can I remove this pain? They understand a fundamental human truth. Money naturally flows toward whoever can make friction disappear. Then there is the war against our own biology. Our brains are hardwired for the present. We crave the immediate dopamine hit of a purchase, the new phone, the better clothes, because it creates the illusion of status. But true wealth builders have a deeply altered perception of time. They suffer from a strange kind of patience. They look at a dollar today and see $100 10 years from now. They refuse to look rich because the desperate desire to look wealthy is the exact psychological trap that keeps most people poor.
And they do, constantly. They don't experience the emotional collapse most people do. To them, failure isn't an identity crisis. It's just cold, hard data. It's a variable that didn't work in the equation. While most people stop learning the day they leave school, letting their minds slowly calcify, these individuals treat their own brains like an algorithm that constantly requires new inputs. They aggressively study human behavior, systems, and their own internal flaws. We assume they are just fearless risk takers. They aren't. They feel the exact same spike of anxiety in their amygdala that you do. The difference is how they process it. They dissect the risk. They stare at the worst-case scenario until it loses its power. They aren't devoid of fear. They have simply taught themselves to act while the fear is still sitting in the room with them. We spend our lives waiting for a break, waiting for the right moment, the right investment, the right stroke of luck to finally pull us ahead. We look at those who started with nothing and assume they were given a secret map. But there is no map. There is only a quiet, brutal rewiring of the mind. The unsettling truth isn't that you lack the resources to escape your current life. The truth is, your mind is currently functioning exactly the way it was trained to function. And until you choose to break the programming, nothing changes.